Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are, and welcome to Flying with Mike. Today we got a couple of flights on tap for you. We're going to start out in Strasbourg, France, head over to Porto, and we'll talk later about the second flight. But I think those of you fans of the amazing race that's on CBS, usually once a year. Sometimes they do put two shows on. Um, that's what we're flying today. Kind of a little, um, would I call it a tribute? I'm not certain if I'd go that far, but basically, we're kind of doing a recap of it. Basically, flying the legs that the race was on. Um, by that, and what the amazing race is for those that may not have ever heard of it or seen it. It's basically a CBS TV show here in the US. Now, where it is on streaming, unfortunately, I don't know. However, basically, a dozen or 2 dozen teams race around the world. Each episode, a team gets eliminated, and they barrel it down to the one that crosses the finish line first is the winner of $1 million. And they will have achieved quite a bit. One, going around the world, but two, some of the challenges they have along the way are pretty impressive, both mentally and more of it physically. And that's the part where I don't think I'd do well. Uh, and the fun parts to it, watching people, especially from the US, try to drive a stick these days. I laugh because that's all I've driven most of my life up until about, well, heck, 2010, somewhere in there. No, 2000, I'm sorry. Yeah, 2010 would have been the last time in a truck. So, I mean, it is, and I get it. We don't do it here in the States like many in the European and rest of the world, for that matter, uh, out of convenience. But it is those are the funny shows, along with a few others, and where I think I would excel, yeah, in getting from point A to point B, both from country to country and in the country, except for one little caveat. Have you ever gone to Google and say, go to Japan and try and figure out what you're looking at in Japan unless you've got it in translate mode? And by the way, their cell phones are not allowed. They're allowed to use other people's cell phones, but they are not allowed to use a cell phone. So they have to use the tools given by the race. So it's really a fun thing. I enjoy it just for the how they get to there, and just, I mean, it doesn't matter if you finished first or even last. The places that you would have been to, you'll probably never get to in your lifetime. Most of us will never ever see it. And that part, I live out what I would love to go travel and see through them. And I'm doing that here as well in the flight sim. We have traveled. Now, we did not do the leg from Los Angeles to Hong Kong. However, I'll get to the however in a minute. We then flew from Hong Kong to their next challenge area, which was Japan in the Osaka area. Then we went from Osaka down to Bali, Indonesia, Bali, Indonesia to Dubai, Dubai to Bulgaria, Sofia to be exact, over to Naples, Italy. All of these stops, by the way, were just phenomenal to watch the challenges they come up with for 'em. From the skydiving in Dubai, and some of the photography there was of the city itself is just amazing, along with Hong Kong. That's what I cherish out of the show. But from Naples, they came up to Strasbourg via Hong Kong. They went into Hong Kong, came down here by train. We went from Naples to Strasbourg direct, and we're getting ready to do our next leg. So I hope if you get a chance and you find it on a streaming network, hey, one, share it, but two, enjoy it. Especially go back if you can. The first year, oh man, is always fun to watch. I think they're like 20 or 30 now, something like that. Seasons of it. Whew. Seeing that first one, wow, what changes occurred just to the next season and then from then on. Because they actually flew in the higher altitudes of the Andes. And you try doing physical activity in those if you're here in the U.S., used to sea level ish, maybe a mile up if you're in Denver. Oh, you're 2.5 miles up. And it takes a toll quickly. Anyone familiar going from, say, St. Louis to Denver knows a little bit about altitude sickness, or out there going from, say, Frankfurt to pick your point high up in the Alps. It takes a toll when you get up that altitude, and you got to take a day or two to acclimate. So before you can actually get into somewhat of a physical strenuous activity. So if you get a chance, check it out. So I won't bore you anymore. We are going to Porto, Portugal. I think that's the name of the town, or at least the name Wiki was telling me that it's also known by, because I don't think I could pronounce it the other way. And that's where we're headed. So we're getting close to the end of this season here. There'll be one more sort of kind of leg after it too, actually, for us. One in the show itself. So let's climb aboard. Believe it or not, Ryanair has scheduled service between, well, let me rephrase that. They have two flights that I was able to find just by putting in LFST, LPPR for FlightAware, and these two came up. Most of the time it says no flights found. But this, I found Ryanair flying between these two. So that's who won the toss-up of who the airline and plane would be. So I was kind of hoping for an Airbus. Sorry, Boeing. But yeah, well, if that's what it shows, we'll do our best. If I get to pick, would have been an Airbus. But anyway, Ryanair flight, gotta look at 7698, looking at my VATSIM call sign. Getting ready to go out of here. Hope you all are too. We're scheduled 11:30 my time. That would be 16:30 Zulu time. So you all get to, I know, do that dreaded homework, that math, and figure out your time zone. All right. So you ought to have kind of gotten a hint by what I told you. But, hey, I'm going to leave it up to you all. Okay. So first off, your 737. We've gone through all the preliminary checks. The IRS is aligned and waiting for us to continue, as you can see. A big part of this plane and many planes in X-Plane, quite frankly, I'll bet you, cross over to that other world. SimBrief. SimBrief is a great free flight planning tool. That integrates with so many different aircraft, payware aircraft, and I'll get to that in a second, aircraft out there that's incredible. Now, I don't know of many that are as high quality as this 737. PMDG is the closest. And the only difference really between them, besides the platforms they operate on, ZIBO, which is what we're in, is free. That's right, free. I'll pause for a second to let you get back up in your chairs or on your feet if you were standing. because you don't hear free in the flight sim world, although you do more in X-Plane than anywhere else. Okay, yeah, ZIBO is free, and SimBrief is free, so you have a dynamic duo there. And Level Up that we flew earlier Friday, I think it was, Atlanta to Houston, that also is free and can have ZIBO incorporated into it. Now, I'm having a little trouble. I think I did something wrong in the what I did, so I'm going to have to probably reinstall Level Up and follow the directions either a little closer, or whatever I did wrong, hope I don't do it again. But ZIBO itself is an amazing program. Just phenomenal what that team has been able to put together. And the fact that it's free is just mind-boggling. You're going to find out there's probably only a couple of pieces PMDG has that ZIBO doesn't. And that's only because of what that simulator platform has that X-Plane at this moment does not. So, I mean, you're in, when you talk about a performance immerse aircraft, you're looking at it right here, ZIBO. Like I said, there's a few things that you may not be able to do here that you can in PMDG. But I'm going to tell you right now, there are more things in ZIBO you can do than over there. So, and it's free. So anyway, and I don't get paid. Well, wait, they don't either. So how could I get paid to plug it? I'm just telling you from my, by the way, until 2020 of this year, of this, I'm sorry, 20, that didn't come out right. Until the year 2020, up until that point from 1999, I was flying Microsoft flight simulators up to FSX. I didn't jump on the P3D bandwagon. Well, by that point, I had gotten my computer updated and really running FSX pretty good. I was really satisfied with it. I had 777, 747, 737 from PMDG, all running perfect, everything looking good. And I mean, it was, why fix something that's not broke? That's always been my motto. People laugh at me. I get it. Hey, go for it. But you know, if it isn't broke, why are we trying to fix it? And I know what PMDG is like. I know how good it is. But I'm here to tell you, when I switched over to X-Plane finally, I was blown away that one, I didn't have to shell out an arm and a leg to get the 737. It was free. And I didn't have to shell out an arm and a leg for the simulator. It's not as expensive. So I was, oh, you've sold me. And then X-Plane 12 came out, and I'm just like, holy mackerel, what are they doing? And they have really taken it to another level. So, and we all, in bated breath, waiting for the release of X-Plane 12's 2.3, the infamous, or no, not 2.3, my bad, X-Plane 12.3. No wonder I'm not on Austin's speed dial. I get it wrong all the time. No, just kidding. I never would ever expect to be on it. But anyway, we are all in bated breath waiting this weather and weather radar update coming. So anyway, let's get going. We're wasting valuable time here on the ramp. So where we're at here, like I said, all the preliminaries are checked, except one. The takeoff alarm looks good, and none of these you ever hear. Actually, I never hear wind shear. All right, there we go. All right, now, one of the big things I think this aircraft offers is beside, oh, by the way, we've got the EFB from since I came on the X-Plane world in the year 2020. We've always had an EFB. I know PMDG has not. And matter of fact, they just got it a few months ago. So maybe longer than that. I'll be nice. But yeah, it just came. In flight simming terms, it just came out relatively recently. So, but anyway, in our EFB now, what Zibo and their team has done is basically automated the loading section. Again, I told you if you have a SimBrief account, go into the Zibo Discord and read how to integrate Zibo over to here. I am not about to try to explain it because I would get it wrong so badly, and I want you to do it right. So, all right, so basically you would come in here, load OFP, which would be your latest operating flight plan from Zibo or a SimBrief. In our case, hang on. I'm going to bring in Sim Toolkit so we can pre-brief out of here. Okay, go up here to payload. 35,200 pounds in the payload. And we're going to fly with 176 souls out of here. Block fuel 23,000, just shy of 500 pounds. And there's the, oh my God, that's the route? Yeah. Welcome to Europe. Oh, we have been going through probably one of the wetter springs and summers in St. Louis in a very long time. And it is just killing me lately. But that aside, we will put that aside and keep blasting forward. Ugh. Cost index 27, and we're going to fly at 35,000 feet. We are on VATSIM, will be on VATSIM for the flight. Approach is currently the only ATC up, but that's in Porto, or however you say it. The weather here is not all that great, as you can tell. Winds 250, 12. So yeah, 23 is a good runway for takeoff. They say it's clear visibility okay. And I really wonder about weather guessers sometimes. I really think they do truly guess at what it is. Kind of step outside, stick your head out, look up. Anyway, but the winds are variable, and they can gust to 35 thunderstorms in the area. So how do you have clear visibility okay? I haven't figured that one out yet. Oh, the job we all want. You can be wrong 100% of the time and still make six figures. Boy. No accountability whatsoever. Oh, I'll take that back. I actually watched an on-air meteorologist. Well, I didn't actually see staff come out and say, "You're fired," but I inferred that pretty quick. He was on one moment. Then they do the rest of the news bit, come back to the weather segment, 10, 15, 20 minutes later. He's not there. Huh, weird. Then they do it again, and the anchors are doing it. And then again, he's still not there. Then again, another new meteorologist steps in, one of their others, and he does the weather. Lo and behold, they had fired him. There's a great story behind it. Too much time to tell it on the ground, maybe in flight, if I remember. All right, so we went through all of that. It's 176. So basically, when you click load a OFP, what's in your SimBrief will populate here: passengers, cargo, fuel, and zero fuel weight for you to confirm. Once you confirm, hit activate. Let the show begin. And what's going to happen over time here? We're going to get the fuel truck to show up. We should. Actually, I'm pretty sure we will since we have the cart. We're going to get the baggage carts in here. The baggage loaders, might even get caterers. And then when we go to load people, we'll have the ladders come up and buses pull up and all of that. By the way, we're not doing anything except hitting activate. That was it. And here comes the fuel truck. Captain Morgan himself will be doing the fueling. Give it a few seconds and then we'll kind of push on. There's the main door open. If you don't believe me, hang on. And this was a feature we did not have in FSX. I can't. There you go. The camera right behind there, a 9/11 edition. Actually, it was there, I think. It might have been. I don't remember. But, yeah, kind of neat. All right. So with Captain Morgan filling us up, let's get to work. All right. So that all is going on over here. You want another look? Oh, I went too far. Hang on. Back to airside. There we go. So we're refueling and cargo's loading. See them? That is just awesome. All right, let's get to work. We got some still to do. All right, so this will tell you where you're at in the processes by percentages. Now, the hint to get the passengers to start boarding, set the no smoking switch to on. So basically what we would do is go to on here. We're not right now. We're just going to get the preliminary started and then we will. So let's get down here and do that. Again, if you tie SimBrief to ZIBO, follow their directions, you can click request. Now, if you're curious if it's working or not, always look for the words load, activate, or if the execute button is illuminated. There's load. There's activate. All right, so we're going, hey, nothing's going on here, Captain. Come on, what's wrong with it? Well, let's click, see, the execute button wasn't clicked. And now you're where you would expect to be. Okay. Now, if we go to legs, I believe that is our first fix. Standby. Standby to standby. The only thing SimBrief kind of caught me off guard with here, and I'm going to one more time go through here and make sure. No, there isn't one. Okay. NavGraph charts, which now is part of SimBrief, has the option to help you find departures. So does SimBrief itself. But I think we're going to be okay going direct AMDOQ. So we're just going to, well, you know what? Let's just kind of, let's back the truck up. Clear that out. Let's go to departures. Okay, we're going to go out 2-3. Hang on, let me just look at that departure. Oh, definitely the wrong way. Wrong direction. Cancel that. So yeah, we'll just stick with what we got. Execute. Go back to legs, and we're going to go click and click in. All right, so basically when we take off, we're going to just start heading direct to well, as best we can, unless ATC comes up and says, no. You're going to go this way, and then you're going to go that way, and then you're going to go upside down and to the left and zig and zag and go that way. No, they're not that bad. Almost, but no. No, they actually have been doing a phenomenal job here lately with us. I can't, Frankfurt looks kind of scary when you look at it. Hang on a second. What am I trying to do? That's what I'm trying to do. When you look at it on Fridays, when they have Frankfurt Fridays and there's 50 people waiting to get out, that's kind of intimidating, but it's amazing how all of Europe moves that traffic. In the US, it's like a snail's pace sometimes. Some airports are really good at it. Some are just intentionally slow and don't use all the resources available to them. Let me see here. All right, so we got the route into there. I'm going to hold off on inbound to Porto because I don't even think we have an arrival. Oh, no, we don't. Let me look. What's 3.5? All right, RMP approach and use 3.5. Okay. All right, well, we are going to be shooting an RNAV into there, okay? All right, so let's get down here and set that up. Maybe. There we go. So we'll go to a departure approach. We're doing the ANAV. Akulu. On the, what was it called? I6. Oh, Charlie. There it is. All right, so now let's go through the legs real quick. Looking for discontinuities. Devolt. PR 648, 636. Akula. PR 541, 542. 543. Is there a 543 on this? Right before the runway. Okay. And then 44. And or is that part of the mist? Anyway, we'll go out to REPMO for the hold. Now, we do not have a to our alternate route, only because I didn't put that in. I could have up there, but I didn't. Oh, excuse me. So, that's ready. Hang on. Hang on. All right, so we're ready here. Now let's go to the perfit. This again, just request, and all it's going to do is take what we've put in, put it on your FMC, and we go from there. We're not going to accept anything. We're just going to load it. Okay, so there's our load. Populating in. You zoom in a little. All right, for the fuel, alternate 4.8. I really hate this sometimes, the way this graphic card is going. 35,000, everything looks good. Let's go to N1. And sorry for me clearing my throat like that. The switch to drain my nose seems to have been turned on. Okay, dispatch has sent us undertake.
Fuel is all loaded up and you are good to go.
Uh-oh, hang on. Okay, I think we're okay now. I didn't know he wasn't done yet. Sorry about that. All right, back to my numbers. Okay, so we're going to go out of here, select temperature 43. Takeoff D rate, okay, perfect. And we'll wait for the climb to be climb 1, okay. And then we'll go to our takeoff numbers after we get the APU up and running. Okay, and that way we can start boarding our passengers. It's 24 degrees outside for those of you in Europe. For us, that equivalates out to 75 degrees. Actually, not a bad day, just kind of rainy around it. Okay, we're just waiting for the blue APU light. All right, there goes the air in. Just kind of waiting on the buses. I think we're going to get something up front, but I can't remember. All right, well, let's continue. And they're not on board. They're only 8%. Come on. Okay, let's go to page 2. Runway wind is 11 or 190 diagonal 11. Runway slope. Up 1 point or up 0.2. with a heading of 226. 43 looks good. I got 24. They got 22. Okay, we'll go with that. And next. Flaps 5. How we doing? 144, 44, 51. Not bad. Okay, turn the QRH off. All right, so we're looking at 160. And what I do is take the V2 speed, add 10. Flight director, flight director. We said 223, 226. And in case ATC might come, well, we don't have a departure, so we're going to go right now 35,000. Well, that's a bummer. We didn't get to see the buses. Oh, well. Okay, I think we are just about ready to go. Flight directors are on. Fuel flow switch reset. APU. Okay, and auto flight directors on, auto throttles off, V2 set, or fuel switch reset, landing gears down, 3 green, speed brakes are down, flaps up and verified up, thrust levers, good, fuel control switches cut off, parking brake set, and yaw damper on. Got a little ways to go. I wonder why they didn't open the back door. Well, that's now Boeing's new trouble. They, instead of losing doors, they have doors that just won't open anymore. Just kidding. Sorry, Boeing. You're taking a lot of ribbing. Rightly so. Shame on you for what you allowed. (4012) sits on the ramp. I don't see them. Or do I? I don't see them on that map. Oh, wait. Here I am. Oh, yeah, there they are. All right. One thing I'm going to show you that you can do while we're awaiting these passengers. Let me bring in Elevatech. It's good because it's a nice, crisp picture. I prefer SimToolkit, but you can zoom down and see, your parking spots, but more importantly, say you just keep not finding the right chart. Well, you got it right here. If you land 2-3 and you get off at Golf, well, you know it's going to be Golf Papa to something, probably Mike or Kilo, to get to whatever spot you are on the ramp. So it's a neat little trick if you're scrambling for an airport chart. Because like Frankfurt, you're going to scroll down to you. It's going to be a little scroll to find it. You know, this looks really bizarre. almost like a train turntable where they turn steam locomotives. It kind of resembles that. You get on here, okay, we're going to turn you so you can get off on this road. Nope, we're going to turn you so you can get off on... It's kind of what it looks like. I'm sure it's not. I'm sure it's a circle with something interesting in the middle. What? I don't know, but it's just kind of unique looking from our vantage point. But the neat little town of Strasbourg. Hey, we're almost full. That means I have time to make sure everything is ready to go. Hey, Gake 55. Hey, thanks for the raid. We sure appreciate you. I'd have heard it if I'd, you know, did this little switch. There it is. Hey, thank you, sir, so much for the raid. We appreciate it. Raiders, welcome aboard. This is Flying with Mike. Oh, hang on. Stand by. I'll get to that in just a second. There it is. I got to log in. And it's a weird one, so I have to pull out the little black book with all of the logins. I haven't figured out why, but hey, it works. That's all that matters, right? Anyway, welcome aboard, Raiders. You're with Flying with Mike, an aviation aficionado or enthusiast, whichever way you want to go with it. Been around the flight simming world since about 1999, 2000. Up until the year 2020, I flew mostly Microsoft. Loved a Century of Flight. Still think that's Microsoft's #1 simulator out there to date. And two, I think FSX wasn't as bad as many people thought. Once I got a computer, now it took getting a computer to make it do what it was probably intended to by Microsoft Gaming, even though they weren't around much after the release. That's a whole nother story. We're not going down that rabbit hole. Anyway, at 2020, I just was horrified at what I was seeing. They were calling a sim. So I went to X-Plane thanks to Hawker 125s really pushing me hard. After the learning curve you get with any sim, it's a dynamite simulator. Add to it, Zibo is a free download mod for their 737-800 that my X-Plane gives you. And it just turns it. PMDG, yes, is good. This is dynamite. I mean, unbelievable what this will do. So, but welcome aboard. Been streaming since 2020, and we're glad to have you all in here. If you're new, hit that follow button, and I'd love to have you on future flights. All right, that's going to be our cue, folks. Did you? I'm sorry, folks. We're on Ryanair, not Delta. Sorry, Zibo. I do get a laugh sometimes. All right, we're ready to go. Hey, and we're only about 8 minutes late. Oh. Okay, here we go. Oh, good. Hang on. Something. Oh no! Did something change? Oh no, they're the same numbers. I had an update to SimBrief, so I was just making sure. Let me make sure it's not updating navgraph charts as well. And for those who are on X-Plane, yes, I too am waiting for X-Plane 12.3 to release the weather update. This is still 2.1. Now, interesting caveat. Last time I flew a multiple flight on a Monday, I think it was, or not the last time, but when we went to 2.0 or 2.1, they updated it in flight. And when I landed, because I will land and restart the sim before we do the next flight, lo and behold, it updated. Who knows? You know, who knows? I saw some teasers out at X-Plane about the radar coming still. So hopefully here soon. All right, let's get over here and do our thing if it didn't already. It sounded like it might have.
Here shortly. Thanks for flying with Delta today.
They were in it. Okay, we're ready to go. Now, the cool thing is we're not in CTAF, which is Common Traffic Advisory frequency. So we just get over here to 122.8, which is the general common traffic frequency throughout VATSIM. It's just North America, for the most part, is under CTAF, which means you go to the chart, you look, or just simply type .ctaf space and the ICAO4 character identifier for the airport, and they'll give you the frequency. Tune it, and now everyone can hear you. I'm glad I looked, because guess what? We don't have the guard channel, which in VATSIM terms, now in guard, that's where more emergency traffic would be. In VATSIM, it's the channel controllers go to yell at you to get on my frequency, please. Why are you not on my frequency? Get on it now. Yeah, I give them a hard time because they give me a hard time. All right, let's do it. Let's do a quick cursory look. Hey, everything looks buttoned up other than chocks and the ground power. Off with the ground power. I've gotten in the habit of always going to ground power, clicking off, even though the power is there because it's still available. I click it off, making sure the APU is in place. Then I come over here and safely turn on. Some airplanes, the airplane may go dark anyway if you don't. So just be mindful of that. One last look. Okay, and it's gone. Let's get better pushback in here.
Run to cockpit. Please show me where you want to go.
I want to go to Porto. Is that a problem?
Run to cockpit. Tow is driving up.
Okay, beacon on.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed. Ready to connect.
Oh, we do have center fuel. Cleared to connect. Face us north, please. Strasbourg traffic, Ryanair, 7698, pushing back, stand Alpha 21, taxi to 23.
Stow connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake.
Brakes released.
Starting pushback and you may start engines.
Okay, let's crank up a number 2. Okay, looks like a good light off on number 2. Oh, we lost the air transit plane.
Operation complete. Set parking brake.
Brake set.
Disconnecting tow. Standby.
Okay, waiting on that engine to crank up. So I don't forget. Cleared to disconnect. Okay, as soon as he's
Tow is disconnected.
as soon as I see the truck,
And signal of the left. We'll see you next time and have a safe flight.
I'll put the hydraulics on. Okay. Now let's wait to see the pin. All right, there they are. Better pushback. Again, for those not used to this terminology, is free in X-plane. Like I said, it really blew my mind away at how much was actually free over here. All right, so hydraulics. Oh, got it. One more thing I forgot. Let's go to Gen 2 for this flight. Probe heats on. Anti-ice, I don't think we'll need. And packs are on. Bleeds off. Okay, flaps. 1, 2. I think it's 3. Taxi lights, taxi. Okay, engine starts. Auto brake. Reject. Start switches to continues. And Okay. Sorry for that. Let's see here. We were, oh yeah, coming down. We're tariff. I think we're ready to taxi. Flaps 5. Here we go. All right, we're on the way to runway 23. Double check our altimeters. 10:07, 22 minutes ago. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm sorry, that's not clear visibility. Okay. Nice try, though. But if you got out of your office and looked up, you would be thoroughly shocked. Now, my favorite, and it happens everywhere, not just a European thing. Europe loves the KVOC. You'll actually have thunderstorms on the airport, and they'll say nothing significant. Huh. I thought a thunderstorm was kind of significant. All right, when we get down here, we're going to hit the brakes real quick, get timers ready to go, and make sure everything is readied for departure. Anyone out there in the listening world know why there's no ILS hold here? Two reasons, actually. So you get the answer. One, either the hold line is far enough back from the runway that it's also suitable for an ILS, or two, there is no ILS approach. And I believe in this case it was an RMP into here. Okay, let's get the lights on. The only thing we have left to do is arm up LNAV, VNAV. You're gonna be that way. Okay, just be that way, LNAV. And Strasbourg traffic, Ryan 7698, departing runway 23. Okay, we're airborne. I'm going to go ahead and kick on that center tank. I don't know what the caution was on takeoff. All right, we're on our way. Porto. I was calling it Porto. It's Proto. Wonder why I got that from. Oh, Wiki had a typo. All right, we're on our way. 3 minutes out. Climbing through 6,000 feet for 35,000. I hope y'all enjoy the ride. Should be pretty decent. Showing 3 hours. Give us some altitude and we'll get that number knocked down. Curious what it is. Let me check. Actually, it's on a different chart. I think it's scheduled at about 2 hours 40 minutes between the two. So, all right, we should get some thunder showers up here. And as you can tell, we've almost dropped an hour in about 5-10 minutes, and that's because we're getting higher and higher. All right, we're on our way. So, matter of fact, at 18, I'm going to go ahead kill the wing lights. All right, we're on our way. Heading over the top. Love it. All right, we're on our way. We're down to an hour and 47 minutes in a mere 10, 15 minutes. How about that? The science of aviation. And there is nothing on the scope. High terrain east of us, but no nothing rain-wise showing up. Like I said, cannot wait till 3.0 releases and we see what all it will have. All right, enjoy the flight. I'm going to kind of sit back, relax like you all are, and just cruise along to Porto, Portugal. Huh. All right, we're leveling off at 35,000. Nice. Air France overhead. Ha! That's cool. That's cool. All right. Again, a little bit about the flight that we're embarked on here. We have been embarked on this series of flights that I have called An Amazing Race. Basically chronicling the actual TV show that aired now a month ago, ended, something like that. Anyway, it's like any TV show, you know, you're gonna see every week for about what, 10 weeks, 10 to 15 to 16 weeks, however many. And what they do is basically take a group, usually a dozen or two, so anywhere from 12 to 24. Oh no, they don't. I don't think ever get that high. 16 teams at most, I think. Anyway, however many teams of 2 people, and they race around the world. Now, don't expect them to go through every country and every continent, but they do hit quite a bit. They do basically, the race this time that we're chronicling, hang on, I'll even give you the episode because I'm always guessing. Just wrapped up, I believe it will, season 37. A lot of years this thing's been going. It's great to watch. Like I said, it's several teams up to about a dozen and a half. They this time started in LA, did some challenges, I think, near there in LA, and then hopped a flight or 2 or 3, whatever it takes to get to Hong Kong. Again, did some challenges and so forth along the track they have. Now, they can't go off, you know, and on their own, so to speak, but they give them some liberties in the challenge areas, mainly how to get to them. I mean, from when they get to Hong Kong, how to get to this challenge and over to this one and over to this one. They got to figure that out. But from Hong Kong, they went up to Osaka. Now, our version took them from, well, we didn't do the LA to Hong Kong, but we did the Hong Kong to Osaka International, not Kansai, which is most likely what they went into. Most likely. And from there, they did several challenges around the Osaka Koto, I think it was called, area. And then they boarded planes again and went to Bali, Indonesia. And again, did challenges around there, went to Dubai, did challenges around there, on to Bulgaria, Sofia, and then over to Naples. Every place they went to, with the exception of what I'm about to say out of Naples, there were challenges. Some mental, some physical, some both. Some they had to figure out maybe the shows that I used to love is when they gave them X amount of money to get from, let's just say, Sofia to Naples. But they don't give them a flight. Or they have a flight, but if you can beat it, you know, so be it. The best one I ever saw was they hand them this sum of money and say, fly to the country with this flag. Wouldn't you know, there are 2 countries with very similar. There's the country and then another country very similar to that one. So I always wondered, what if they chose the other? Because that's not a good thing, the other. But anyway, it's a great show to watch. Uh-oh, hang on. Our first officer is on the deck. Our 4-year-old. Oh, wait a minute. 3-year-old. No. 4. Hang on. All right, sorry for that, folks. It was her birthday yesterday, so it's a happy birthday. So anyway, great show. And what we're doing is the same thing. So from Naples, here's where the little difference in what we're doing. They actually flew, and if you look on FlightAware or any of them, there are no flights from Naples to Strasbourg. They went to Frankfurt. In Frankfurt, they boarded a train to get to Strasbourg. That would be cool. I would just be in heaven on the traveling part. The challenging part, I don't know about that part. Some of them I think I could do. Most of them probably not. Let alone the trying. I mentioned this earlier. Trying to get around these areas. I gave you a hint. Go to Google or go to something and just look at the map from, say, Osaka to Kyoto, and try to figure out how to get there. It's in a different language. So are your street signs? Yeah. Let alone maybe what side of the road you drive on. That you can get used to. I have first-hand experience with this. Believe it or not, truck drivers, this is sometimes a challenge going from the U.S. to Quebec, particularly Montreal. I've been, I believe, to Quebec City, and it wasn't like that there. Every sign in Montreal back in the 90s was in French. No American under it. That's right. Try to figure out where the heck you're going. Hence their dilemma. Oh, yeah. And then throw in, and I did speak of this earlier, you got to drive a manual transmission. That most Americans have no clue about. Unless you've got some age on you. Because nowadays, most American cars come automatic. Very few, I think you almost have to ask for it to get a stick. So those are hilarious. So yeah, they end up with some mishaps always. They don't get into what happened, what kind of delays the teams incurred, and so forth. But really fun stuff. And the teams, I think, that enjoy the quest around the world enjoy the fact that, you know what? Probably the only time they'll ever set foot in some of these places. And they're the ones, I think, that do the best. Too many get wrapped up in the money, and they, granted, they give us the nice drama TV looks for, but those that just enjoy it, I find, usually win it and enjoy the whole experience. Don't let it get under your skins, and they just enjoy. Oh my gosh, I'm in Bulgaria. When are we ever gonna step foot in Bulgaria? Unless I won't. I mean, that is what I love about the show. I live life through them in things I'll never be able to do, and I am so glad for that. So that's what we're doing here. I'm not oh, for a second, I thought we had lightning go across the screen. I was like, that's cool. Um, I don't get plugged. I don't get money for this, folks. It's a great show. If you can find it on a streaming service like Hulu or maybe Netflix, or I doubt YouTube, but who knows? YouTube shocks me sometimes. Um, the Amazing Race. It's always cool and fun to watch. And if you can see past seasons, oh, go back and watch them, especially the early ones, seasons like 1 through 10. Oh, man. Then watch today and go, look at the changes that the world, life and all has, required us to. It's pretty cool, and that's why we're doing this. That and the fact it gives me flights that I can't think up sometimes. I'd have never thought to go from Dubai to Sofia, Bulgaria. I've never even, most of the time I kind of stay out of the Baltic states. But I have dabbled into Belgrade and Zagreb, I think it was. But I never even heard of Sofia. So it's kind of nice. It spices things up a little. Instead of having to look at other streamers where they've gone and go, oh, I didn't know about that place, So, again, it's neat to have that to turn to. And like I said, if you get a chance, if you're into travel, you would love it. I use the flight sim for 2 reasons. One, my dream of sitting right seat, left seat. I'll even take left seat in an airliner for hire. Gone. It's not going to happen. Can I do it as a private pilot? Yeah, I could probably get in a private pilot, fly around, but I can only fly private pilot. Maybe instrument if I get it. But my dream of being a commercial pilot is pretty much over. Even an accelerated school, most airlines would not hire me. Not because of my age, but that's not the actual overlying issue. It's they can't get their training dollars back out of me. So that's a lot of money, even after going through flight schools and getting all of your ATP and this and that. There's still a high cost per new employee to an airline for them to get you up to speed in their aircraft, in their procedures. It's a high cost. And they want to get that back, obviously. I mean, come on, they're a business. So, yeah, it is what it is. And I'm not sitting here to say I'm complaining. That door closed by the Lord, and what the Lord opened up was a fantastic life with my wife, my kids, just a beautiful family. I can't ever thank God enough for that blessing. And, who knows what life would have been like as an airline pilot. Who knows? I could have been one of those that crashed, killed, or whatever. So, we could sit there and do the what ifs all day long, but in the end, good Lord shut it for a reason. Good Lord really opened and showered us with a lot of blessings. And I can't shake a stick at it, folks. So, enjoy the ride. That is why we're flying to, again, another place I would have never thought of, Strasbourg, Porto, Portugal. I would have thought of Lisbon. But this will be cool. I've never been in here. We're going to be doing an RNAV. It shouldn't be too bad. It's like an ILS in this case, but others are kind of tricky. So enjoy the flight. Thanks for flying with us. If you're new, click that follow button. And just sit back, relax, enjoy the music, enjoy the flight as we head over Europe, head over France to Spain and Portugal on an amazing race. Okay. Let's take a look here at VATSIM radar. We just had something called EJU 9 Echo Delta pass us. Easy's coming in off our 3 o'clock. EJU off our 9 o'clock. And Bell 1XD. Good distance out on our 12 o'clock. So not bad for the day. All pretty much out of range to be able to see online. So we'll just keep cruising along here on our amazing race around the world series, and be in Porto in about 1 hour 30 minutes. And again, this is X-Plane 12 2.1 for this flight. The next flight after we get over to Porto, however it's pronounced, we have another flight lined up. It's a rather short one, intentionally, because today is our day for gospel community, and we meet with other folks from our church in a small group to talk about this week's sermon in Ephesians and break some bread amongst us all. So that's why we kind of keep Mondays not too long, because of having to be somewhere. So, but who knows, when we shut down in Porto and restart like we had one time, we actually updated. And I think it was to 2.1. And lo and behold, surprise, 3. No, who knows? We'll see how that all transpires here shortly. Got to get to Porto first, and we're an hour and a half out.
Gotta go right now.
Welcome aboard, Duluth.
Hello, sir.
How's your flight going?
We just took off from Branson, Missouri, and we're heading down to Petersburg, Florida.
Why would you want to leave Branson? That's a fun place.
Don't ask me why. I just fly the plane.
Well, Duluth Fly is in the house, folks, and if you haven't seen him, hang on a second. Oh, I spelt it wrong.
You gotta put an underscore after it.
I was wondering if I did. You gotta be different, I know. Uh-huh. All right. So you're joining in on the amazing race series we're doing here.
I am? Or what?
Yeah.
What?
That's what we're flying. Part of what was the amazing race this year.
Okay.
On CBS. It's a great show. If you like traveling, it's a great show to live vicariously through them, seeing the areas we'll never get to see.
Well, the problem with this is that I don't watch TV anymore. Too much garbage on TV. So
Well, I only enjoy it because of the traveling. And, you know, like I said, the show started in LA. The first leg was Hong Kong, Osaka, Japan, Bali, Indonesia, Dubai, Bulgaria, Sofia, Naples, Italy, Strasbourg, where we just departed, and Porto, Portugal. Places I will never see. But it's neat to see. Granted, they do challenges and all, but it's neat to live vicariously through them. But yeah, and they get to win $1 million if they win.
Wait a minute. Next update is 12.3. The weather. One of the additions coming to the sim is RDR 2000, which will be demonstrated by the. Oh, hello. I'm reading the
News feed.
The news feed, yeah.
Oh, it's going to be like the external. They better not make this an external plug-in. Yeah, we're waiting with a bated breath for 3.0.
Right.
I wonder if they're going to do like they did to me last time. I got on the ground on a 2-flighter like this, and I'll shut the sim down, and as I restarted it, the update came.
Oh my god. What I hate about that is when you do a several hour flight, and they issue the update while you're in the air.
Well, that's what had happened. They had issued it while I was airborne, so when I restarted, boom, it came on. So granted, the audience had to wait, but we all got to see it pretty close to when it first hit.
Oh yeah.
And that was pretty fun. I think it was 2.1, might have been 2.0, or maybe a beta. Who knows? But yeah, that is something. Oh, let's see if we can see him. He's real close.
Am I in your airspace? No.
I would hope not. I'm in Europe. If you are, you definitely hung a wrong turn in Albuquerque.
Yeah. That's funny.
There's the airplane right way out in the distance. You can see the Concorde contrail.
Who's flying the Who's flying the Concorde?
No, I was gonna say Concorde. It's Contrail.
Oh.
Because the Concorde had already be by. Over in Yop. Oh, we're getting some pretty good rockin' motion out here. Where's Bad Attitude to tell me my weather?
Batty Waddy Daddy, yeah.
Need my weather update. Need to get around this SIG. Actually, I don't even know if it is a SIG. Actually, probably is with all the thunderstorm activity around. Ah, Easy is what we saw in the background there. Easy Company heading down to southern France.
need to go harass somebody really quick. Mike, I'll be back.
I'll
back.
still be here.
I'll be there. All right, dear Michael, I'm back. Sorry, I had to go make fun of somebody real quick. He's playing Helldivers.
Oh, we're out of fuel in the center.
You're out of fuel?
Yep.
Oh,
Time to dead stick all the way in.
oh there we go.
No, I was just talking with the wife and our 4-year-old that's here today. Turned the big 4. Posing.
Oh wow! You remember Theo from the
Cosby Show?
yeah? You know what happened? Do you hear this?
No.
He died.
What?
54. Yeah.
What happened?
Looks like he drowned for whatever reason.
Huh.
Oh yeah.
Interesting, because I wouldn't have expected that.
Poor guy. Yeah, I liked this. I liked him as a character. It was just
I liked all his characters from then on. I've seen him in a few things.
Yeah.
Yep, there's a tropical system in the Atlantic. The National Hurricane Center is watching.
Dum dum dum.
Headed for the islands.
Oh really?
The Barbados and those islands. Looks more like St. Lucia up towards St. Martin in Puerto Rico right now.
Oh boy.
Although the track for 7 days is not very far.
What is it? What
It only stays in one grid, so
Oh.
it's gonna take time.
Mhm.
I don't even think are they expecting anything?
I don't know.
I know there's Sahara dust in the area, so
Mhm.
yeah, over 7 days it's still low to form, so I'd have to check a couple of charts to see how the Sahara dust is doing.
Mhm. Ooh, I know you're not. You're not a big baseball fan, are you, Mike?
Nope.
For those of you who are watching both my stream and Mike's stream, the Milwaukee Brewers and the Chicago Cubs are tied for first place in the NL East.
Oh, 2 nobody teams.
Pretty much.
I just liked when I drove the truck through the Milwaukee area listening to Euchre
Yeah.
call the plays. He got me.
Oh, yeah.
He had great sponsors. I don't know how they line them up to where they put them in the sequence of events of a baseball game.
Yeah.
But he had a great one, and I thought that was so perfect. They were doing a pitcher change, and he goes, "Oh, and it's time for the AT&T call to the dugout for a new pitcher." I'm like, what a way to plug it, and what a way to do the on-air ad. So I like that. And they had a rain. It wasn't a rain delay here in St. Louis when Shannon was here. Jack Buck and Euchre.
Oh, Joe Buck or Jack Buck?
Jack,
Oh.
the original,
Oh, the OG. Got you.
the man that made
Yeah.
Joe.
Ah.
Anyway, those three went, I'm going to say, every bit of 45 minutes in this rain delay without a commercial break.
Really?
It was, I mean, I was just, my gut was just hurting from how hard
Oh my
the
God.
jokes were going.
Oh, wow.
And from both those two playing and Jack Buck, of course, calling, it was Jack Buck that stepped in and says, hey, whoa, I am getting screamed at, guys. We really need to think about taking a break. And they finally did some commercials. I think the game may have ended up getting canceled, but why? I mean, who cared about the game?
Right.
Those three were having a blast.
Oh, yeah. Delta pilot makes aggressive maneuver to avoid mid-air collision with Air Force B-52 bomber.
I've seen news reports on Facebook. I usually don't believe any of that garbage.
Yeah, I mean, I just, you know.
And we're down to an hour to Porto, Portugal.
Porto.
Are we in Spain yet? No. Now we're just flying off with Toulouse, home of Airbus,
Air autobus.
off our left wing, somewhere down there. It's time for the dance party here as we take the amazing race to Porto.
My name is Jeff. Thank you, Tom Capper. Okay, I got some dark trivia for you, Mike. You ready for this?
Okay.
This is Lake. Okay, it's a picture. It's like Lake Superior has 3 quadrillion gallons of water, cold water. Operative word is cold. Water that is so cold, a deceased body will never float to the surface because the water is never warm enough to grow the bacteria needed to cause a body to float.
Or a bridge to go up.
Stop! Wow, hey, that bridge has gone up twice since I've been sitting there. Thank you very much. Wow.
Oh, I've heard it's usually in cold water. It's because it's also heavier water. But it could be because I don't know anything about chemistry. Other than if you mix nitrous and oxide, it go boom.
I don't know, but yeah, that's sketchy shit. Doo-da, doo-da. Hope to get away with it. Oh, doo-da day. Tomcat over here playing, not saying a word in my chat unless I screw something up. He keeps playing all my all the point redeems.
Well, I mean, to the gangsters that are there in Duluth, one or two, I guess they don't need to use cement shoes.
No, they don't. I mean, it doesn't hurt, but yeah.
Oh, that hurt. Oh. Just moved my shoulder and I could hear it just pop, 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 pop. And this went, oh, that hurt. Oh, well. Stinks to get old.
Right?
In many ways. Azul is flying.
Wait, hold on. Deportation officer. My God, Tomcat. Wow. Oh my God. Oh my God. Wow. Oh my God. Tomcat, are you serious? I don't know if I want to do that. Oh my God. Wow. Oh my God. Mike.
Yo.
Oh my God. Tomcat wants to change my title. I don't know if I should do that. I don't know. I'll get in trouble. Deportation operations for Walker Air.
It's your stream. Lose it how you want.
I know. Oh my God. Oh my God. I'm gonna have to back out. Tomcat, no. No, sorry. I'm not gonna do that one. Matter of fact, here, I'll do this. Hang on. Oh my God. Yeah, you got 9,000 brain cells back, but oh my God. Oh my God.
Yeah, the one thing I wish I could have done with this series of flights, and I'm sure I'd get hit copyright in a heartbeat with YouTube, is play the opening to each of the episodes for those legs to show what they did, where they were, and who won it, who lost, and went home.
Oh yeah. Okay, now I gotta be quiet for 3 minutes. You're gonna join them here and we talk for 3 minutes. This Tomcat's over here repeating the game. I wrote voice command for 3 minutes. So,
Oh boy.
you're not gonna hear me for 3 minutes. So.
And why do I hear a hallelujah chorus?
Oh stop! Sure, Carneiro would. Alright, 3 minutes starting now.
Are you sure? Yeah, I'm looking at YouTube and seeing all of those, the harrowing, how close they were and all. Sorry, don't buy it. Although I'm trying to figure out why there are so many videos out lately of loading steel coils on a truck trailer. I mean, granted, this was a daily event for me. I'm waiting for one to drop, because that scared the out of me. Not on my trailer, thank God. I was in a steel mill and I forget if it was one of those that grabs it on both ends or how they did it, but he dropped a 40,000-pound coil into a rail car. Woo! Sound like a bomb going off. Looks like Azul's flying Detroit to Orlando. And the Connie has arrived at Oshkosh. At Oshkosh. Yeah, that is one interesting time when they're trying to get all that traffic in. Watching it at, you know, listening to it in Oshkosh. Holy mackerel. All the general aviation coming in. Oh, my approach guy went down. What? No ATC. What center are you in? I'm sorry, this call has been disconnected. All right, looking up at the clock, folks, we got about 50 minutes to Porto, Portugal. And believe it or not, we are going to fly an RNAV. This is not Lisbon. Lisbon's at the southern end of Portugal. This is more towards the northern end. So a little different positioning, but yeah, hope you enjoy. We've been having a pretty good run here so far. And looking forward to more. As mentioned, the aforementioned Oshkosh EAA Air Show underway in Wisconsin for this week. Whole bunch of small aircraft up there, along with what you would expect to see at many big air shows. And fun time. But yeah, this is a huge gathering of general aviation and sport aircraft. They've had a couple of mishaps up there, but overall, it looks like they're just wall to wall in the grass with general aviation aircraft. Amazing. I one day, that is on my bucket list to want to go up and just be a part of. Would love to fly in there, but can't afford the plane. But we could fly a plane ticket maybe or just drive, because it's not all that far from here, about a 10-hour drive. But yeah, that's on my list. I want to go up and see that, and the Flight Sim Expo. This year is one of the closest it's been to me in quite a while, even though I was shocked. St. Louis was on the list, albeit St. Charles. That is the St. Louis area. So it didn't win. Can't imagine why. But yeah, Minneapolis this year. So I'm gonna try to be up to that one. We'll see. You know, what they should have done was try to find a way 1 week before or after Oshkosh, so you could go to Oshkosh, Minneapolis, and come back. What a 2-week vacation. Well, not maybe 2 weeks, but at least a couple of weekends. So, yeah, that would have been cool. But I'm not on the deciding team, nor do I know venue and venues that would be available for that. But anyway, that is on right now, Oshkosh. Feel free, I'm sure you'll find it somewhere on YouTube, what it looks like going in and out of Oshkosh for the next couple of days. And then next week they'll be under a foot of snow, so. But at least their bridge goes up and down. If they had a bridge. Oh, so much fun with Duluth on that. All right, I'd be remiss to say, if you're new to the channel here on Twitch, we'd love for you to smash that follow button. That way you'll just be the cost of an email, letting you know when we come live each time. So if you want and are able to join in, you're more than welcome to. For those that are catching this on YouTube, hit that subscribe button, and then you'll know when we release another video to YouTube. Got a great growing family between the two, and glad to have you all aboard. As we take Ryanair on part of the amazing race that happened earlier this year. Actually, probably filmed last year, but I'm not into that. They race around the world. We're in one of the legs. Started in Los Angeles, went to Hong Kong, then to Osaka, then Bali, then Dubai, then Sofia, Bulgaria, over to Naples in Italy, up to Strasbourg, where we just departed, about an hour or so ago, and headed for Porto, Portugal. It's an amazing race that shows on CBS, where contestants team up. Well, actually, they're this time it's not where they pair you up. It's people that know each other team up in team of two and race around the world. And it was 10, 12 teams this year, 16 at the most. And each leg, there's going to be someone going home and someone wins. So anyway, you're in the middle of the second to last leg from Strasbourg to Porto. And then after Porto, we head up. We'll actually do the next one in 2 legs like they did. And I really don't think I could find a flight out of there. But it goes hand in hand with one of the VAs I fly for too. So, well, they usually do. So, but anyway, we're on our way. Standing out at about 40-45 minutes from Porto, and an RNAV approach expected. So, unless the weather just completely flips, and then we got to flip everything inside to be able to do that. So, which is fine. We have to do it. We have to do it. Enjoy the rest of the flight. We'll be alongside you here. There is planned a second leg, And, you know, I am going to turn that slide on. Hang on a second. Bear with me. Oh, I'm glad I did this. Oh. Huh. Okay, I got that up and going. What do we got? Extinct 615. Thanks for the follow. We sure appreciate you. Welcome aboard. And here's our next. Hang on a second. Make sure I didn't outsmart myself. I didn't. I do that quite a bit. Uh-oh.
What'd you do?
Oh, I didn't turn it on. That's why. Extinct 615, I prefer ZIBO right now. I've heard there's a lot of troubles with the level up. I personally don't know what they are. Some of them I know of, I think I caused. Because I don't get any of the, like the GPU or the truck pulling up or any of that that I used to. But I do like ZIBO a lot. All fairness, this would be the only 737 I'd fly. But them wascally characters at Southwest and the Air Force decided to use 700s for the most part. Tell you, I think it's a conspiracy myself, but I really do like the ZIBO. Well, you're not going to go wrong with ZIBO. first off, you won't have to lose half your pocketbook to get PMDG put in. It's a free add-on. And do I use map enhancements? I'm not sure which. I do not use auto arthro or any kind of mapping stuff to the sim. Just strictly default. I have a couple of airports. Some have been letdowns to me. I'm going to write a review and see if there is a fix maybe to it. But overall, they're great. So I just go default, and you're going to find default is pretty good. Well, thank you, Mr. Duluth. We'll take your 80 bits, and I can't raise it because it won't let me. I tried. It says, no, you're not allowed to do that.
You're not allowed to cheer in your own channel. No.
Why can't I cheer my own channel?
I don't know.
Cheer it on to victory.
There you go.
Anyway, our next flight. Now that I turned the item on, and now it's not working. What is it? What is with it? Oh, it never turned on. Why did it not turn on? There we go. That'll be shortly after we get into Porto. We have to restart the sim and all. And hopefully, well, would be really appreciated if there was an update.
Right.
But not thinking so this time. But we'll be flying a nice short flight from Dallas to San Antonio.
There you go.
And of all things, an MD-11. All right, looking at the countdown clock, we have 27 to 30 minutes to Portugal. And if you're on YouTube watching this, hey, don't forget, if you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button. And if you like it, give it that thumbs up. We sure love to know what you like. May help me in choosing where we fly in future flights. Oh, got an airport below us. Not sure which one that is, but we are overflying an airport. You know, it always helps to look in the right area. Ah, there it is. Ah, it's a commercial airfield. I think. Might be military, actually. No, that's commercial. No idea, though, the name or whatever. Yeah, it always helps to look in the right spot. Oh, we're starting to get close to top of descent. Let's get in here. Time to start making things happen. Let's see. About 80 miles out. All right, let's get a quick look at our weather. Currently, let's look at our flight log. We pushed at 1644Z, airborne 1657. Let's get a request in for the weather. Okay, currently 320 at 10. Okay, KVOC. We're not going through that again like we did in Strasbourg. Guys, hope you stuck your head out the window to let me know. 20 degrees and 14. 20 degrees in my world is 68 degrees. I want to see something here. That's what I thought. All right, back to legs. Okay, so for the descent, we got to make sure the center pump is empty, and is, and turned off. We'll set our altitude here. You know what? Let's do something we haven't done in a while. Let's bring charts in. Let you all see the arrival that starts at INKIT. INKIT. Sounds like we're headed to Sweden. All right, so above flight level 11, 110. Above 8,000 at Devote, and be at 4,000 at Kulu, and then head on in. Okay, pretty simple stuff here. Nothing up top, radar vectoring, okay. The RNIP, however, is something to always look at. All right, across the top in the briefing strip here are your frequencies we may or may not get. Now, the cool thing about RNAV approaches, there is no frequency to tune in. It's in the system already. It does it for you. Final approach course, you can put it in just as a reference point so you know flying in. 351. Now, at PR542, sounds like a phone number back in the day. Which is right here. 42 is a little over 8.5 miles out. We'll be at 3,000 feet MSL. Decision height for today, 253 above ground level. And the airport is 227 feet MSL. I know, a lot of different terms there. MSL, mean sea level. So that is above sea level. Anything bracketed on this chart, that is above ground level, AGL. So, and then over here where the elevations for the airport are, those are above sea level. Okay, if we got to go missed, it's straight out to PR 544, then left to Retmo and hold at 6,000. And C1 approach will let you come back. They may say prepare to ditch. No, Now, one thing I do like about European charts that we don't have here in the US, I love these recommended altitudes. Even though your glide slope will work unless notamed and you already know it's not, it gives you an idea where you should be if you are coming in without a glide slope. So you know, okay, so long as we cross 5 miles out of between 18 and 1900 feet, hey, we're good. So forth down. 1 mile out, you're 500, little under 600 feet. Pretty close to your decision altitude. So it gives you a good way to reference this glide slope. Like I said, I wish we had it in the States more often. We're category C, so we're looking at for minimums allowing us into the airport. We got to have at least 303 feet above the ground. I say that because your METARs, your clouds are all above ground. Just fly into, pick a high altitude airport like Bogota, or even maybe Zurich or Denver. And if it said 300 feet and that was mean sea level, well, it'd be about a mile and a half below you, or a mile below you. Yeah, don't think, well, you know, they say KVOC, you never know. That KVOC in Strasbourg was hilarious because it was not clear. Those skies were not clear. It was just visibility was okay. And we have to have at least 600 meters. If we don't have a flight director, autopilot, or HUD, guess what? It's 750 meters. So really simple stuff. Pappies, and reels. Pappies should be on the left. We ran into an airport where it said Pappy, and they were what are called visual alignment situation indicators. Basically, they're, instead of in one row, they're stacked. And you got to get red over white for where to touch down. I had to think coming in how they would look. I did those a lot as a private pilot. All right, so there's our charts, and once we're on the ground, we'll kind of figure that out. But it looks like a long taxi back. So we'll go off at Echo 5 probably and head for the gates. Speaking of which, let's get that up here now. All right. Let's plan for S31. Yeah, 31. Even though I got a feeling they'd stick Ryanair out in the ramps, out in the apron somewhere. And I think we're going to have a bit of a setting sun flight today. Yay! All right, how far out are we? Getting close, so let's set I'm going to set 11,000. All right, there's a couple of ways we can do this. First thing I recommend, go to descent, forecast, check your transition level. None showing. So we have to go by what's on the charts.
Mike, I gotta get going. I'll talk to you later.
Hey, have a good one. Thanks for stopping by.
Yeah, thank you for putting up with me. I'll talk to you soon.
See ya.
Bye.
Okay, get your transition level set. Request your wins. May or may not get wins. I've really had hard luck here getting wins out in Europe. They're all off SimBrief. No win data again. We were lucky. Houston, that flight we had them. Anytime we fly in the States, we seem to be able to get our wins. Not over here in Europe. Must be classified data, and that's why SimBrief can't get a hold of it. Yeah, no. All right, so we are now 13 miles from top of descent. Let's go ahead, kick it in. Got two ways you can do this. You can click descent now on the FMC or altitude intervene. Both will give you the indications on your nav display that you're descending. And by the way, those of you going to Madrid, be mindful. Take a look at the airport elevation before you depart, so it doesn't catch you off guard as you're descending, thinking you can just descend down like you're used to and forget that, yeah, it's kind of, as you can tell, little on the upper hilly side. And yeah, I got down to around 3,000 and GPWS was telling me about altitude clearances. Yeah. I didn't realize how it's kind of like South Africa. South Africa's the same way too. So be mindful of your charts. Make sure you have charts. Make sure you're reading them and don't assume. It will. Woo. Because you will get to doing things in here and totally get caught off guard. Or worse, you have the sun in your eyes, and that makes it even, you know, where you're working even that much harder to find the runway, and all of a sudden, too low, too low. And I didn't do this, but 737 drivers especially, always check your speed in flight. I think we were a little slow. And when a controller tells you to maintain a speed, get it up to that speed. Don't just ignore them because you're in cruise. I've watched several 737 drivers cause some of the heavies to have to make adjustments because of them, because they're not paying attention. Just because you're in VNAV does not mean you don't have to pay attention. You need to make sure your speed is up to course, and your flight plan's going to be the one to tell you. Or, you know, but I know many, it's about me, don't worry about it. All right, I want to check my legs here real quick one more time. Okay, no discontinuities. All right, we're on descent path for 11,000. Oh, we're going to pass that up big time. Well, it is above. So since that's going to be the case, 4,000 we'll set. And if I don't see the arc right here, we're going to increase. Oh, approach is out there. Surprise, surprise, surprise. 120, what did he say? 910? I don't have an 80s.
Continue 4,000, finish 1017, and is now runway 25, did you say?
Affirm, clear the bottom, approach runway 35.
Clear enough, approach runway 25, runner 6751.
Porto approach, Corsica 760 Papa, good evening, with you descending 4,000 feet.
Last station, Colson.
Corsica 76 Zulu Papa.
Corsica 76 Zulu Papa, Porto, boa tarde, identify, continue descent to flight level 60.
Continue descent flight level 60, Corsica 76 Zulu Papa.
Porto approach, tic-tac to Mike, boa tarde, at this moment point runway 35, mother language if possible.
Siga.
Neste momento aqui é só a treinar a fazer uns toque-andas na pista 35, circuito esquerdo, não sei se importa, se precisa preencher plano de voo, o que é que necessita?
Tic-tac to Mike, sim, se pudesse submeter plano de voo, seria melhor.
Afirmativo, então fazer só agora um circuito esquerdo, vou aterrar, vou sair numa taxiway, submeto e volto, está bem?
Mantenha o circuito próximo à pista.
Afirmativo, tic-tac 2 Mac.
Approach Ryanair 7698 with you, descending to 4,000 for the RNAV 35. I don't see an ATIS yet.
Ryanair 7698, Porto, boa tarde. Information Charlie, QNH 1017, squawk 5770.
Okay, we'll look for Charlie 5770 for the box, Ryanair 7698.
Tic-tac to Mike, wind 320 degrees, 12 knots, runway 35, clear to land. After landing, if able, vacate via Juliet.
Clear to land, runway 35, if able, vacate via Juliet, tic-tac to Mike.
Okay.
Approach runners 6751 runway inside.
Roger, continue approach.
Continue approach 6751.
Try it one more time.
Tic-tac to Mike, vacate runway 35 on Juliet, what's mother language if possible, tic-tac to Mike.
Ryanair 7651, wind 320 degrees, 12 knots, runway 35. That's clear to land.
Runway 35 clear to land, runner 6751.
Corsica 76 Zulu Papa, descent to 4,000 feet, QNH 1017, clear the runway approach runway 35.
Descent 4,000 feet, clear for RMP approach runway 35, Corsica 76 Zulu Papa. Porto radar, very good evening. Ryanair 900 Foxtrot requesting alpha clearance to Faro. With information, Charlie on board.
Ryanair 0900 Foxtrot, roger, stand by.
Say again, for Ryanair 0900 Foxtrot.
Stand by.
Porto traffic, good evening. Alpine 32 Hotel Whiskey, we are Bravo 435.
Alpine 32 Hotel Whiskey, confirm ready to copy.
Ready to copy, Alpine 32 Hotel Whiskey.
Alpine 32 Hotel Whiskey, information Charlie, QNH 1017, break. You are cleared to destination, Bell do 9 NARAK departure. Initial climb flight level 100, squawk 1155.
Charlie on board with the Bell do 9 Echo departure, climb initially flight level 10,000 and squawk 1155, Alpine 32 Hotel Whiskey.
Alpine 32 Hotel Whiskey, is that correct? Ryanair 0900 Foxtrot, stand by for clearance number 1.
Port approach, tic-tac to Mike, confirm if the flight plan is submitted.
Hey, fire, stand by for clearance.
Roger, tic-tac to Mike.
Ryanair 7698, the continue descent to flight level 60.
Ryanair 7698 understands down to 6,000.
Ryanair 7698, 85. Alpine 32 Hotel Whiskey, line up and right, runway 35.
Break runway 35, Alpine 32 Hotel Whiskey.
Tic-tac to Mike, continue taxi to Alpha 1, hold short, runway 35.
Continue taxi to Alpha 1, hold short, runway 35, tic-tac to Mike.
And tic-tac to Mike, report intentions.
Touch and goes at port, if possible, tic-tac to Mike.
Roger, stand by. Alpine 32 Hotel Whiskey, wind 320 degrees, 12 knots, runway 35, cleared for takeoff.
Clear take off from runway 35, Alpine 32 Hotel Whiskey.
Ryanair 7651, continue taxi, stand Sierra 32.
Continue taxi, San Sierra 32, 6751.
Ryanair 09 Juliet Foxtrot, information Charlie, QNH 1017, break. You are cleared to Faro, Manik 2 Whiskey departure, initial climb flight level 100, squawk 3373.
Cleared to destination is filed. Initial climb flight level 100 via the Manic 2 Whiskey departure, squawking 3373, Ryanair 09 Jet Foxtrot.
Ryanair 09 Juliet Foxtrot, read back correct, QNH 1017.
H1017, Ryanair 09 Jet Foxtrot. Thank you.
Corsica 76 Zulu Papa, wind 320 degrees, 12 knots, runway 35, clear to land.
Runway 35, clear to land, Corsica 760 Papa.
Tic-tac to Mike, confirm ready to copy.
That's your message, tic-tac to Mike.
Tic-tac to Mike, information Charlie, QNH 1017, break. Clear from port to port, 75, after departure left on wind, 1,500 feet, squawk 1140.
Confirmation Charlie Current, QNH 1017, clear to port, runway news 35, after departure left, downwind runway 35, 1,500 feet, squawk 1140, tic-tac to Mike.
Tic-tac to Mike, feedback correct. Alpine 32 Hotel Whiskey, identified. Continue climb to flight level 240, proceed direct ADORO.
Continue climb 240 and direct ADORO, flying 32 Hotel Whiskey.
Ryanair 769-8, continue descent to 4,000 feet, QNH 1017, clear RMP approach, runway 35.
Ryanair 7698 continuing to 4000, QNH 1017 for 35.
Ryanair 7698, cleared approach, runway 35.
And Ryanair 7698's cleared for the RNAV 35 approach.
Tic-tac to Mike, line up and wait, runway 35.
Line up and wait, runway 35, tic-tac to Mike.
Tic-tac to Mike, wind 320 degrees, 12 knots, runway 35, cleared for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, runway 35, tic-tac to Mike.
Corsica 76 Zulu Papa, welcome to port. Continue taxi via extend Sierra 50.
Taxi for Sierra 50, Corsica 76 Zulu Papa.
And approach Ryanair 7698 for your information. We do have the runway in sight.
Ryanair 7698, Roger. Continue approach runway 35. Traffic information, Cessna 172, west side of the aerodrome.
We'll be watching for the 172 and we'll continue approach Ryanair 7698.
Tic-tac to Mike, fly westbound.
Fly west now, tic-tac to Mike.
Lisboa, boa tarde, Portugal, Bonaire 31, Sierra 11 with Charlie, request clearance to Lisboa.
Portugal 1931, Porto, boa tarde, information Charlie, QNH 1017, break clear to Lisboa, Manic 2 Whiskey departure. Initial climb flight level 100, squawk 2030.
Information Charlie, QNH 1017, clear to Lisboa, Manic 2 Whiskey departure, level 100, squawk 2030, Portugal 1931.
121931, hit back correct, brake right, tic-tac to Mike, join left downwind, runway 35.
John, left on wind, runway 35, tic-tac to Mike.
Porto radar, Ryanair 09 Foxtrot, progressive, push and start.
Ryanair 09 Juliet Foxtrot, push and start approved, facing south, breakaway Sierra 5.
Push and start approved, facing south, Ryanair 09 Juliet Foxtrot.
Ryanair 09 Juliet Foxtrot, breakaway Sierra 5.
Breakaway Sierra 5, Ryanair 09 Juliet Foxtrot.
Tic-tac to Mike, perform right-hand orbits over present position.
Right hand orbit on present position, tic-tac to Mike.
And tic-tac to Mike, confirm for touch and go.
Affirm, tic-tac to Mike.
Roger, break Ryanair 7698, wind 330 degrees, 10 knots, runway 35, cleared to land.
Ryanair 7698 cleared to land, runway 35.
Tic-tac to Mike, confirm have visual contact with traffic control final.
Affirm, tic-tac to Mike.
Tic-tac to Mike, Roger. Report final 35, number 2.
Wilco, tic-tac to Mike, number 2.
Corsican 76 Papa on gate Sierra 50 for the frequency.
Last station AM.
Corsican 76 Papa on gate for the frequency.
Roger, Cisco.
Barely see the pappy. Okay, landing.
Ryanair 7698, report to runway vacated.
Ryanair 7698, we're vacating at, not sure yet the taxiway, but we're getting off here. Oh, it's X, ain't that nice. Runway vacated, Ryanair 7698.
Tic-tac to Mike, wind 330 degrees, 10 knots, very within 300, wind 360 degrees, runway 35, clear for touch and go.
Clear for touch and go, runway 35, tic-tac to Mike.
Ryanair 09 Juliet Foxtrot, estimated time for taxi.
In around 2 minutes, we're using GSX fixable for the perspective to be disconnected, that's why.
Roger, break Ryanair 7698, welcome to port. Continue taxi, stand Sierra 31.
Sierra 31, continue taxi, Ryanair 7698.
Ryanair 7698, for your information, you vacated via the old taxiway. New airport diagram is different.
Copy that. Yeah, I noticed the X's when I came off. I noticed them.
Porto radar, Ryanair 09 Foxtrot, requesting taxi. We're able to depart Delta.
Ryanair 09 Foxtrot, Roger. Taxi via Delta, hold short, 735.
Taxi Delta, Delta holding point runway 35, Ryanair 09 Foxtrot, thank you.
Stand 31. Where's that one at? Oh, that's where I wanted to go. Thank you, sir. Just where I wanted to go.
Alpine 32 Hotel Whiskey, monitor Unicam 122.8, bye-bye.
Let's do 8 for Alpine 32 Hotel Whiskey, bye-bye.
Sierra 31, so, okay.
Ryanair 09 on the Juliet Foxtrot, winds 330 degrees, 10 knots, variable between 300 and 360 degrees, 335, clear for takeoff.
Clear to take off Ryanair 09 Foxtrot.
Tic-tac to Mike, left on wing runway 35.
Back to Mike, report intentions.
Touch and go at 35, tic-tac to Mike.
Back to Mike, Roger, extend downwind.
Roger, tic-tac to Mike.
Epska 1931, CX 11, request pushback and started.
Portugal 1931, push and start approved.
Pushback and startup approved, Epska 1931.
Tic-tac to Mike, report final 35.
We'll go to tic-tac to Mike.
Noise, DPU's up, ready to go. Boy, it's a big Ryan airport here. All right, so we're going to want Sierra 3.
Ryanair 09 Juliet Foxtrot, identified. Continue climb to flight level 240.
Continue climb 240, Ryanair 09 Juliet Foxtrot.
Tic-tac to Mike, final runway 35 for touch and go.
Tic-tac to Mike, wind 330 degrees, 10 knots, variable between 300 and 360 degrees. Runway 35, clear for touch and go.
Clear for touch and go, runway 35, tic-tac to Mike.
Thinking it's that one sticking out right in front of us. Or next to this one. I'm leaning now next to that one.
Ryanair 09 Juliet Foxtrot, proceed direct Lago.
Proceed direct Lago, Ryanair 09 Juliet Foxtrot.
Tic-tac to Mike requesting low traffic pattern for the left of the runway 35.
Tic-tac to Mike, approved. Maintain 500 feet or below. Tic-tac to Mike.
Maintain 500 feet or below, tic-tac to Mike.
Wahia.
Tic-tac to Mike requests final landing, this one.
Tic-tac to Mike, Roger, wind 330 degrees, 10 knots.
Hey, let's get on the gen.
And 360 degrees.
Lead.
Clear to land, runway 35, tic-tac to Mike.
Okay, we're good for shutdown. Just make sure I don't have anything. Oh, probe heat. Yeah, got to get that turned off. Oops. There. All right. Probe heat, stape trim, 4 units. Okay. APU's on position, weather radar and all is off. Parking brake set, APU bleed generators on. Okay, we're ready to shut her down.
Tic-tac to Mike, where do you wish to park?
I can turn right on this taxiway and the stands on the left. Tic-tac to Mike.
Tic-tac to Mike, Roger, via Delta, stand Sierra 60. Good night.
Via Delta, stand Sierra 60, tic-tac to Mike. Muito obrigado pelo serviço, até uma próxima, obrigado.
Portugal 1931, request taxi.
All right, welcome in, folks. Wow. That was definitely intense a little bit. But it was fun, nonetheless. Especially taxiing on a closed taxiway.
Ryanair 09 Juliet Foxtrot, monitor advisory 122 decimal delta right.
Monitor advisory 122 decimal, Ryanair 09 Juliet Foxtrot. Take first service, cap.
Oh, I know what I wanted to do, sorry. The door is open. Okay. All right, welcome in, folks. Let's see how we did with Millennium. Flight recorded. Let's hit refresh. And that was not my landing. I was going to say 141.
131, wind 330 degrees, 10 knots. Level wind 300 and 360 degrees. 35, cleared for takeoff.
135, clear for takeoff, Portugal 1931.
What is today? July 21. I bet you I got to go to the next page. All right, approval pending. That's fine. We landed 418, 1G, 139. Cool. That works for me. Awesome, awesome, awesome flight. Okay, I'm going to get started here quickly and away, but we're going to finish up looking this flight over. Let's pull in Elevatech and take a look. I'm going to look outside. Oh, Ryanair looks like Viva Airbus. I don't know why. Kind of funny. Anyway, let me mute VATSIM. All right, so he doesn't get me all discombobulated. All right, so here's our route. The rain and all that is getting through Strasbourg right now. Nice flight. Complete. And just waiting. All right, let's say, hey, 413 at 131 knots. They got it at about 1.4 Gs, 1.5. All right, so really a good landing, but that's all you get. And what I like is to know, where did I land? Because I think I was right on the marks. And I think I was right on the center line. So that's what I like to see. So hang on a second. Let's go to our go-to, which is Sim Toolkit. After we get rid of that. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. Why did I read 200? Oh, well. So again, here's our route. You can see how the weather is. Let's get through this quickly. Now, the first part of this part of the presentation will look like Volanta or Elevatech. Wait for the second half. That's where we learn about the landing. Okay, so it was a 2-hour, 40-minute flight, 818 miles, 6,200 kilograms, 1.5, 325. Really, we've already seen this. We know this. Why did it look different? I don't know. But this is where things are different between Sim Toolkit and the rest. Right here, this landing report, all the metrics in the touchdown detail over here, plus your positional data, 900 feet down the runway, pretty close to being right in those big landing marks. So we did good getting her down in a decent amount of space. Only 9 to 10 feet off the center line, which, good or bad, it looked down the center line to me. So I don't know. That part I won't squibble. Nose up about 5.5 degrees. That's good. A little bit of a roll for the crosswind. And I mean, everything is beautiful for this landing. And we ended up right about where my little hand mouse character is. So, I mean, overall, great. And by the way, if you're curious, that's a closed taxiway. Yeah, I saw those X's just as I got on and went, ah! Had I gone, here's the funny part, just a little further up, I could have gone on the high speed. That's okay. Hey, we cleared up for that poor little Cessna anyway, so I don't know if he was a poor little Cessna or not, but we cleared up for him nonetheless. All right, so hey, great flight, great time with Duluth Fly here, and those that joined in, we sure appreciate you. Duluth with the cheer, Extinct 615 with a follow, and Gaki 55 with a raid. Gotta love it. So we had a great flight here. YouTubers, we're gonna close out the sim. Twitch, we got one more flight ahead. So, and don't worry, those of you over on YouTube, you'll get to see it in a couple of days. I promise, I hope, if I don't forget to hit record. Azul was in the house too. Missed him somehow. But yes, Duluth was here. And Azul is here. So bear with me. I'm going to get YouTube closed out and get ready for flight number 2. I really am glad to have had you all aboard. Y'all have a fantastic rest of your week. You'll see flight 2, Twitch in mere moments, YouTube maybe a day or two. God bless. We'll be back in just a minute, Twitch. Stay tuned. We got a second flight coming up.